it's very, 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 very important that you stand by what you say. So that even when you are not around, people will say, oh, Mariam cannot do this. Mariam did this. Let people be able to stand by your words. Then public speaking. Public speaking is something you learn over time. It's not something you learn from laptop. It's not something you learn from studying. You have to keep rehearsing. You have to keep practicing. You know, I know there are some people that go into public and they cannot talk. If you keep doing it, it will affect you. Then networking. Networking is a very strong tool. I'm here today because of the network of friends I have in office, in the church, in the workplace, in my association. Like I'm a member of Nigerian Computer Society, and I use it to the fullest. Use your network positively. Always build on your network. It's a very important opportunity that you just can never lay out of it. Why do we need personal development? We want to provide a solution to meet a need. We want to identify a need that requires satisfaction. With this word, when you're developing yourself, you already have a goal that you're pursuing. What do you want to do? In 2 years' time, where do you want to be? How do you want to go about it? So the how is the practical step. I want to become a graduate. Have you bought your JAM form? Have you gone to school? Have you done your assignment? Those are the practical steps. You're looking for a job. Are you looking for jobs, or you just think that you can just sit down and, you know, people say if you don't know anybody in Nigeria that you just can never get a job, but you haven't even applied for the job. You need to do things. You need to take courses. You need to take online courses. Utilize the internet. You can never overemphasize what the internet gives you. The internet is there for your good. It's also there for the bad. So you have to decide, what am I exactly using the internet for? I do a lot of free online programs. In fact, most times I have to register for the ones that are free, discounted, or paid for. So I prioritize my need. When this one is free, can I do it? Is it for 3 months? You know, can I actualize this? Don't just start and not finish. If you look here, I said perseverance is hard work. You do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. You have to persevere, especially in this part of the world. You have to persevere. Never, ever, ever give up, irrespective of what it is. And don't think there are no challenges. I think that's towards the end. Why do you need to develop yourself? Now, if you look at this flower or a tree or plant, you see where it's been planted. This place looks very dirty. And that's to say that it's never rosy when you start. It's always, always very, very rough. Like all the otedolas, all the funke opeke that you hear about, they started very rough. Nobody started with a golden spoon. In fact, sometimes when you hear their history or their story, you know it's raw. So I use this plant like it's always a rough start. From nursery school to primary school to secondary school, to university. After university, there's NYSC, right? Yeah. Then before you go into the labor market. Now, I always say, not every one of us has to be in the office. And that's why I say, always learn a skill that will keep you busy. It could be farming, it could be carpentry, whatever you think, because I always say something you're passionate about so that you're not far from your passion. Why do you need to do that? It forces you out of your comfort zone. It develops your strength. Now, that's one good thing about personal development. It develops your strength. You know, those things that you think, I can't do. You find out that when you begin to develop yourself, you realize, oh, really? I didn't think I could do this. I think I'm getting better. It boosts your self-confidence. When you begin to network, when you begin to do presentations, I didn't start doing presentations today. Sometimes, in fact, when you even ask me, I'll tell you, oh, don't put me don't give me the microphone. I was one of those people that avoided the microphone at all costs. But over time, I'm a better person. It improves your self-awareness. Now it improves the person you are. So, sorry, excuse me. Sometimes you ask yourself, am I the one really doing this? Yes. The only person that can limit you, it's yourself. So within you, you need to tell yourself, I can always do it. Yes, I can. No matter the challenges, you can. Because you need to believe in yourself before you are able to sell yourself to another person. And that's why in interviews, you have the written and you have the oral. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't tell somebody to employ you. What exactly are you coming to do? So, but always know that there's a rough start. And that's why this place is a bit dirty. If you look around, you see that it's a bit clean, but here is dirty. It's always a rough start. What you should do to get going on something that really matters, get a clue, get a goal. I said it at my introduction. Get a plan. You have to have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You have to get a gauge. Like you have to tell yourself, at this point, I think I've achieved what I want to achieve. And you have to be focused. If we remember this tree, how dirty it is. If we had looked at this, remember this tree is always watered. We keep watering it till it grows and become whatever shape it wants to be. So you have to be focused. It's something you do daily. You have to tell yourself, I can and I will. The fruit of your own hard work is the sweetest. When you sit down and say, I achieved this, I did this, it's always exciting, even when you share it with people. When you tell people, I was able to do this, I was able to finish my school, I was able to finish my NYC, I was able to finish doing the apprentice at the tailoring shop. It's always exciting telling people your achievement, but it's never easy. Then on this, there are challenges. If you think there are no challenges, you lie. In fact, that's the biggest lie on earth. Challenges are there every day. It could come from home. It could come from school. It could come, okay, let's just imagine. ASU has been on strike for about, is it 8 months, if I'm right? You can imagine the students in university. If those students are not focused, this thing will tear them apart. Nobody prayed that they'll stay at home for 8 months. Well, we're here and they have to live with it. The option is you have maybe go outside Nigeria, or go to a private university, and we know the cost of that. It's really not cheap. So those are one of the challenges you face. Even at workplace, you still have challenges. Anywhere you find yourself, I'm sure all the mentors can say that there are challenges everywhere. Even when you're driving on the road, you might just be going on your own and somebody just shouts on you. So there are challenges everywhere. There are challenges till your last breath. So even when you say, oh, I'm tired, you can't be tired as long as you're alive. If you're alive, there's hope. And if there's hope, there's life. So as long as you're still alive, there's hope. How to develop yourself personally. Assess your mentors. I said it at the beginning. Utilize your mentor. I didn't have this opportunity. Hold on to them. Even after the program has ended, always, reach out to them, get advice. They might not be perfect. Get advice. Utilize online free and paid courses. I've said that earlier. Try and always use the internet. Use it for good. There are a lot of things on the internet. You have to decide what exactly am I using the internet for. Get used to reading articles that engages your mind and body. It could be books. It could be motivational books. It could be ordinary books. It could be IT books. It could be economic books. It could be even politics, whatever it is, but get used to reading articles. I have a lot of videos I have a lot of articles on my phone. So when I'm idle, especially when I'm flying, I just look at them and listen to them. It engages your mind. It makes you think. I always say think without the box, but they say think outside the box. I always say think without the box. That when the box is not there, just keep thinking. Engage your mind. Get busy. If you don't get busy, other negative things will occupy your mind. Have a winning attitude, even in the face of challenges. Some people write exam and fail, and they say, "Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to write it again." No, if you do like that, you might just never excel. So even when you face their challenges, be positive about it. Have a winning attitude. Volunteer yourself to jobs. You don't wake up one morning and get a $1 million job. Try and volunteer yourself. Go and learn skills. Gather experience. You just can't quantify experience till you land your dream job. Always volunteer yourself. Understand the evolution of education and skills acquisition. Education has evolved over time, no matter what it is. Skills have evolved over time. Utilize it. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. Now, there are weaknesses that automatically become strengths. Like I give you this example. When I moved for I think, my 2 organizations before this, I was still handling administrative roles. And I didn't need that because it was telling more. In fact, at my last job, they said, you were not performing as well as what you said you would perform. So I realized I had a need to go and learn a formal training to learn delegation skills and time management. I engaged myself, enrolled for it. It was a weakness, but right now it has become an essential skill for me in all I do. So now I've learned to delegate. Now I've learned to manage my time properly. Focus on your progress. Forget the challenges. Always be focused on what you have progressed. Tell yourself, I was able to do this. Focus on it. Get involved. Get up and run. Try and always get involved. Don't say, oh, it doesn't concern you. It concerns you because you just can never know which of them is important. Now, this is a template. I think I got this from the internet. Write a list of your most important goals. We're going into 2021. What do you want to achieve by the first quarter? What do you want to achieve by the second quarter? What do you want to achieve by the third quarter? Identify the top 5 you must achieve. What you really want to see yourself do. It could be even learning a foreign language. It could be learning French, learning Germany, learning because you just can never know what the future holds. Write a specific timeline for achieving each goal. Always say between January and February, I need to do this. Between March and December, I have to do this. If you're not able to write them down, I'm afraid I don't know how you want to achieve them because it can never be in your head. You need to write them down. It's a must that you write them down. I have a book I take to work every day. So when I get up on my bed, maybe after praying, all I do is I do my to-do list. It might not follow an order, but I already know that today by 5 p.m., I want to achieve all this. And maybe like 6 or 7, when I get back home, I say, oh, I did this, I did this, I didn't do this. Oh, why didn't I do this? I run through it. It's very important that you always have a plan to develop yourself. Now, this is Wendy Okolo. There are very few women that have had impact. She's Nigerian, so she's not far from us. So don't say, oh, this person is Oyibo. No, this one is one of us. She's Black. She's the first Black woman to earn a BSc and PhD in aerospace engineering in 2010 and 2015 at the age of 26. So if she can do it, you can do it. She has a PhD. She got a PhD at 26. So it sounds strange, but it happened. You can look her up. I'm sure W.TEC, maybe Tarere should be able to share this presentation to every one of us. You can look her up. She was able to achieve it. She doesn't have 2 heads. It was personal development. It was something she said, I will do it. And she was focused. You won't say she didn't have challenges. She must have had challenges along the line. She must have been sick. She must have even been tired in the school, because having a BSc into a PhD in aerospace, it's not easy. So it's something you have to be deliberate about. Now, I'm sure we know this woman, Funke Okweke. She's the owner of Main One. Main One is an ISP in Nigeria. I think it's even one of the best. Like, everybody uses it, just like the MTN, the Airtel, the IPNX. She's good. All the owners of other ISPs are all men, but she distinguished herself. And that's one thing about personal development. You have to be distinguished in everything you do. You have to say, oh, I can do it. And you will be doing it. She's still there. She's MD. I think their head office is in Lagos. So you can still read up about her and see her many achievements. And just like a couple of us here too, I'm sure a couple of people have, achieved a lot. So you have to tell yourself, I can do it. It's something about personal development. You have to be focused. You have to plan. You have challenges, but be focused. Now, Juliet is a technology expert with Google. She's the country manager in Nigeria. I'm sure a lot of us use Google every day. It's one of the search engines. She's a country manager. So if she is, then you can. I think a couple of us are women here. And she was listed in Forbes as one of the 20 youngest powerful women in Africa. Being powerful in Africa is a big deal. But trust me, these people had their challenges. You might not read up their challenges, but you can read up their story. So all of them have challenges. Don't think it's a walkthrough. It's never a walkthrough. It's something you have to be deliberate about. Challenges. I started from the beginning, I kept on hammering challenges because it's really not easy. Especially this part of the world where we don't have so much support coming from government, private institutions, and all that. You have to be focused. You have to focus on your progress. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. So whatever you are courageous about is something you get in life. And the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. So tomorrow, if you say you want to be a dropout, that's fine. If you say you want to be the owner of one of the new ISPs, that's good. If you say you want to have a farm of about 1,000 hectares, it's all left to you. You have to make that decision. It's a deliberate decision that every one of us has to make. A couple of us have made that decision. We are on that, road, and we can't give up. Giving up is not even an option. So you have to be deliberate about it. In conclusion, I'm going to read this. I started with it about integrity. With integrity, you have nothing to fear. Even when you're not there, people will speak for you. Integrity doesn't change. You live from Lagos to Abuja, you live to Ibadan, you live to America, you live to London. Integrity doesn't change. You have to learn how to stand by your word. You have nothing to fear. Since you have nothing to hide, with integrity, you will do the right thing, so you have no guilt. Always do the right thing, especially when nobody's watching. Try and do the right thing. Expand your horizons. Change your attitude. Go above it. It doesn't matter. Don't say, oh, my parents were not able to pay my school fees. There are little jobs you could do. You could be sweeping for people. You could be washing cars. Don't wait till, you get that very big job. There are a lot of things you need to do. Some people, I have a lady that what she does is that every weekend she goes around her neighborhood and cleans up. I'm sure she earns more than me in a month because she goes to people. Even when you chase her away, she'll come back the following day. And she's good, she's sincere. So everybody, talks about her. Use the internet positively. I said it initially. You have to be there. Don't forget Facebook. I told my mentee, go and open LinkedIn. Engage yourself. Try to always write something. Ensure you have mentors. We're here, and that's the opportunity W.TEC is giving us. Be positive. Together, we shall all change the world and make it a better place. Good luck. Like I always end with this. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. It's better to fail when you're original than to succeed in imitation. Thank you. God bless you. Like this, let's say when you train a woman, you train a nation. It's actually very interesting training a woman. And when you do that, we heard about the vice chancellor in Germany. She's a woman. She doesn't have two heads, but she's doing well in Germany. And I will end with Merry Christmas and a fruitful 2021. Thank you, and God bless us.
Thank you, Mrs. Mariam Chukwuemeka. That was very, very insightful. I know we all learned a thing or two or more. So we'll go into the question and answer section now. If you have any questions, please feel free to either raise your hand or put it in the chat box. I know there's some comments in the chat box already from our ED and some others as well. So please let's put our comments and our questions there, or raise your hand and we'll give you the floor to ask a question. Thank you, Omobalani.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so sorry. My phone was giving me some issues. The program is really exciting and it's really impactful. I learned a whole lot. My question is just about discovering myself. I don't know how I'm going to put the words. I'm trying so hard to learn some things, although it has not been easy. So I just want to ask, how can we make like how would we be able to just try as much as possible to learn more? Like it's not easy. That was it. I don't know how I'm going to do it that it will be easy for me. I don't know if you could just help me. Right now I'm learning baking and snacks making. That's the major thing I'm learning now. So I want to know how can I make it easier to learn? That's just it.
Thank you for your question,
Hello.
Balani. Mrs. Mariam?
Yeah.
If you're
Can you hear
joining,
me? Okay.
yes.
Yeah, does any of the mentors want to respond to that? I see something. Okay. Maybe from the chat room. Sorry, Tarere, how many mentors do we have on board?
We have about 4 or 5.
Okay. Does any of the mentors want to respond to her if we got her questions correctly? Okay, she mentioned about not knowing how to do what she needs to do, right? If I got your question correctly.
Yes.
Can you unmute yourself, please?
How would I
Okay, if I got you correctly, how do you actualize your dreams? And it's really not easy. And if you remember
Yes,
vividly,
I
yeah, if you remember vividly, at the beginning, I made mention of having challenges. Where's the question?
Sorry, Bonale, let me.
You want to mute her?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yes, ma'am.
Bonale,
I'm here, ma'am.
okay. If
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
not, mute your mic. All right.
Can you mute
Okay.
your mic, please?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm muted.
So at the beginning, I mentioned about challenges. First of all, you need a plan. What do you want to do? Don't dabble into many things. You'll be worked up. Don't say, oh, today I want to do tailoring, tomorrow I want to do carpentry, tomorrow I want to go and do fashion designing, tomorrow I want to enter school. You need to have a plan. What do you want to do and why do you want to do it? And how do you want to do it? Like some people try and do online courses and they have like 3 online courses at the same time. It will overwhelm you. You know, you need to have a plan. You need to tell yourself, okay, I'm learning tailoring for the first quarter in 2021. Focus on that. That does not mean that when you're doing tailoring that you don't have challenges. But if you dabble into a lot of things, there's tendency to get tired. And you know what? You lose out on all of them. So you need to be deliberate about your time. Well, I've got 24 hours. And you need to try and manage it. Like I tell my mentee, I don't play with my sleep. Once it's my sleep time, I go to bed. You also need to learn how to rest. Because when you rest, your brain is more settled. By the time you wake up, you're fresh. So first and foremost, have a plan. What do you want to do? Second, how do you want to do it? Is it going to take you 6 months? Focus on it. When do you want to do it? Do you have the resources if it's something that involves resources? So first and foremost, have a plan. Always have a plan and work with a plan. Even when things come up by the wayside, try and if you can't adjust them to your plan, put them ahead till you're done with one. You can't do everything. You are not good. Okay? So have a plan and remain focused. But you need to have a plan and you need to have timelines for such plan. So you have a plan, you have a timeline, and you have your deliverables.
Okay, ma'am.
And write them down.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Amabole. We have a question in the chat box from ED.
Okay.
She says, creating vision boards have become very popular recently. How do you think they can help in realizing our goals?
Come again.
Creating vision boards have become very popular recently. How do you think they can help in realizing our goals?
Creating vision boards has become very popular recently. How do you think they help in realizing our goals? Now, first of all, goals are something that you have told yourself that you want to do. How do you want to do them? Let me start with what is a vision board. Maybe that would help us. A vision board is maybe a collection of images, pictures, affirmation of one's dreams and desires, what you're intentional about, and your source of inspiration. Now, some people look up to certain people. I have a mentor too. So don't think it's only people that have a mentor. So I have a mentor so that when I have challenges, I run to the mentor and ask the person, how or what do I do and how do I want to do it? But before you go to that mentor, you already have your mind focused on something. So that not when you get there and there's a discussion, you can't even contribute. you have to decide how you want to do it, first and foremost. You have to decide, it's my passion alongside with my goals. Some people work with their passion. It's easy to actualize when you work with something you love doing. Like, I don't know how to sew clothes. I'm not even interested. You know, maybe someday I will go and learn it. But right now, it's not something I enjoy doing. I'd rather go to a hairdresser and go and learn how to make hair, because while growing up, where myself and my younger sister were always making our hair for each other. So you realize that it's something I have passion about. So you have to be deliberate that what motivates you, what inspires you. Maybe with that, you will be able to actualize your goal. I don't know if I'm able to answer that, ED, or you want to contribute to. Is she there?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, would you like to add?
Okay, no, that was a very good explanation. That was really, really
Okay.
good. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the question, Sarah. All right, so let's, do we have any other questions for Mrs. Mariam and the other mentors, to our mentees? If you have any other questions, feel free to unmute your mic and speak, or put it in the chat room. We still have some time to take a few questions.
I didn't see Mariam. I hope she's okay.
Mariam, Mrs. Mariam or the mentee Mariam?
Mariam W.TEC.
Okay, Mrs. Mariam. She's here, she's here.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to say something, Mrs. Mariam?
Hello, sorry, my network is kind
okay.
of. Good afternoon. Thank you for being on today. We really appreciate your lecture. It was so insightful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope our mentees were able to learn one or two things today. And thank you for the mentors who were able to make it. We really appreciate your presence.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mariam. All right, so last call for questions. Feel free to open your mic or put it in the chat box. Okay, so if there are no other questions, I want to first of all thank Mrs. Mariam Chukwuemeka for being with us and for the amazing presentation and for everything that she has taught us about today and everything that we have been able to learn. I learned a lot. Others also learned a lot about using personal development as a self-improvement tool. And we'll definitely be implementing some of the things she talked about. So I was wondering if maybe any of the mentors had something they would like to share as well before we go.
I don't know if I can just say a few words.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, this is, I come across as Barbara, but it's actually Basia Naszorowska, one of the mentors. So I wanted to congratulate Mariam, because what I really enjoyed is she has taken the to-the-point subject matters, and your presentation is very concise. And I would advise the mentees to look at it again, and every word and every advice you have given is to the point. to do that takes a lot of experience and some life experiences that I'm sure you came across, and you talking from your heart and your experience, but it's actually true for all of us that may be a bit older than the mentees at the moment and went through a few things. For me, also valuable was, because I don't really know that well, who is who in Nigeria. So thank you for pointing out to Wendy, Okako, and Juliet, etc. So for me, actually, Wendy is a person that I will be contacting thanks to your presentation, to do with some projects that I want to do for Africa. And I will obviously involve Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that contribution, Basia. All right, so I don't know if we have any other mentors who'd like to say a word or two. We have a little bit of time. Our ED as well. Ms. Ora, would you like to add anything?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you so much. This was really a fantastic session.
Thank you.
I think for a lot of young people, we don't always get the opportunity to learn from older people. And so this is fantastic. And then also to Ms. Mariam for giving of your knowledge and your time so freely. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ora. All right. On that note, if we don't have any other questions or comments, if you have any last comment, you can feel free to put it in the chat box. Thank you to all our mentors. Thank you to Mrs. Mariam Chukwuemeka once again. This was really amazing and educative. Thank you to our mentees for being here. Thank you to our ED, and thank you to everyone, including our W.TEC staff members who are also in the audience. I'd like to thank everyone for being a part of this. Like Mrs. Mariam had said, Merry Christmas in advance, and a prosperous New Year. One last thing, Mrs. Mariam, would you be willing to share your slides if any of the mentees wanted it?
Of course. I thought maybe it's come from you, since people have their emails.
Okay, yes, okay. So if you'd like,
we can also share it with the mentors too.
Yes, okay. So if you particularly like the slides, let me know, send me a message on WhatsApp, and I will share the slides, Mrs. Mariam's slides with you. Yes. So on that note, I guess we all have said what we would like to say. A day, and please do enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of December. We'll see you again in January.
Stay safe. COVID is real.
Yes, that's true too. All right, bye everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Bye.